In order to test our PAS and throttle, we will need to isolate each component and perform certain tasks to each. I'm going to isolate it first by testing just the throttle by itself. So we're going to have the bike turned off. Then we're going to unplug the throttle, which may be underneath your phone cord. We're going to start by taking the wiring loom off. And you have your throttle over here. You can see where it plugs in. You unplug it, and it'll be a yellow Joulet plug, which has 3 pins on it. Make sure those are good. And so when these are unplugged, we can now press the power button on the bike to turn it on to test to see what happens. So, the throttle currently unplugged. I'm going to turn the bike on. And try just the pedal assist. Meet it up on the kickstand a little bit. Try the pedal assist. After we're done testing, we're going to re-plug them back in. There are 2 small arrows that are located here. You're just going to plug them in arrow to arrow, and you can see small notches on each male and female end. Get those arrows aligned, then firmly press the 2 pins together. In order to isolate the PAS sensor, we'll need to take the seat off. Use a 13mm wrench. I'll be using this small ratcheting hand wrench to make this job a lot easier. Once you have your seat off, you'll be able to take a look at the controller and your main bundle under here. There'll be some zip ties that will be holding everything together. We're going to be looking for a cable that looks exactly like the one that we had just unplugged for our throttle, which is going to be a yellow Joulet plug. Only one plug under here looks exactly like that, has the same type of plug head. So I can see that one is down here. It's got the small arrows and everything. You might need to cut this zip tie off. And if you do, please make sure you put a new one on when you're done, and be careful when you put it all back together. So we have here the PAS cable. So we're just going to do the same thing that we did for the throttle. We're going to unplug it. You'll see that it has the same pins. 3-pin yellow Joulet, male and female. And we're going to do the same thing where we turn the bike on and test that. Reinsert your battery. In order to test our PAS isolated, we're now going to try just the throttle with the PAS unplugged. So we now need to turn the bike back on by pressing the power button 1 time. We currently have the bike on its kickstand, so we're going to lean the bike on its kickstand a little bit, and we're going to hit the throttle and see if anything happens on the display. Be careful while you're doing this. If you need any assistance with how to do a kickstand test, please let us know. We have lots of videos provided on how to do this. Once we've performed the tests done and taken the photos asked, we'll simply plug the cable back in just like we did the throttle. Make sure you check arrow to arrow. Find the 2 arrows and the 2 notches. Press them together, never forcefully. You'll need your battery out to put the seat back on. Put the seat back on. Put those bolts back in. Wiring loom. Make sure it's good to go. Please report your findings to your customer happiness specialist.